You ever struggle to get that perfect tube notch for your fabrication projects? Stick around, because in this video, I'll show you how to create precision tube notches in Fusion 360, whether you're building roll cages, frames, or custom metal work. Let's make those welds seamless, baby. Hey everyone, welcome back to the SteelKnight CNC channel. Today we're going to be diving into tube notching, one of the most important skills in any fabrication. But instead of doing it the hard way, I'll show you how to design your tube in Fusion 360 for accurate cuts every time. If you're into DIY metalworking, welding, or CNC machining, this video is for you. At the IRB Style Shop, a veteran-owned and operated brand, we're here to inspire and empower your fitness journey. Our gear isn't just about style, it's about a mindset, featuring motivational words like dedicated, confident, conquering action, and even empowerment, and many more words that are just striped across our brand of clothing. It's designed to remind you of your strength and drive every time you wear it. From durable hoodies and stylish t-shirts to versatile fitness bags and supportive sports bras, we got everything you need to take action and conquer your goals. Check us out today and wear your motivation with pride with a 10% off. And that's right, IRB Style, baby. First off, why use Fusion 360? It is perfect for creating those precise tube notch templates. So what I have here is opened up a new file. We're going to go ahead and create a sketch and go on to the front side. Now, when we have that, whatever dimensions you guys are putting in for your tube that you need, I'm just going to put in 200 millimeters, hit enter for a line. And it depends on where you want it coped at, right? So if I go in and say I want a perfect tube notch here. So if you know you're using, let's say, 30 millimeter tube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in 30 mils on construction, type in 30 mils, go back to construction line, turn off that, and go up from there. And say we want 150. The degree angle is, let's say, 45. Hit enter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit finish sketch, go into your pipe, click on this, and we know we're using a 30 mil pipe. We can check out the front side. Oop, forgot to make a hollow shaft. And we're going to say 1.5 mils for wall thickness. You can see that there. Create a new body. Go back, turn on sketch. Go to your pipe again. Do the same thing. And we want it to have a new body, all right? So now that we have this and this, and say that's all you need is to figure out this coping cut or notch. What we're going to do is we're going to go to split face, faces to split. What I do is I like to select inside and outside. We're going to rotate to the front, do the same thing, splitting tool. We're going to do inside and outside, and hit split tool. So now that you can see, as we go into the bodies on the left hand side, you're going to turn off the first one, and that's what it's going to look like. So now we use push pull, select, 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 and we're going to do the inside too. Select, select, and select, and should be fine. We're going to say distance is minus 1.5 of the wall diameter. Enter. And we're just going to make sure that we got everything. It looks good to me. So how do we know? We're going to go turn off sketch because we don't need that, and turn on body. And we're just going to look down the pipe inside to make sure that there's no protruding areas from this pipe here into here. Now what we're going to do is take you over to, we're going to turn off the first pipe. Let's say if you want to make a paper template out of this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to construction, put an axle through the center, hit OK. We're going to go to surface. We're going to hit rules, select edge. Oh, you're going to have to select one of these edges here, this edge. Doesn't matter which one you select. You can select this one or that one. Select this edge, direction, select direction, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull all the way through to the opposite side. Let's get this back on over here. You'll see that it's like that. We're going to say create new body, hit enter. After that, we're going to go to trim or untrim, select edge, and hit OK. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to thicken. And now you just want to be careful with how you thicken the model, right? So I am using millimeters, and I'm going to do 0.0025 millimeters, and we're going to do cut. So now we're going to zoom in. I'm going to show you how that cut the pipe in half. And it's a very, very little slither of cut. It's very, very fine. There you go, right there. You can see right through the pipe on that side. All right, so now you need to take this over into metalwork, right? Sheet metal. We need to define rules. So I already have one paper template down here, but I'm going to show you why it is important to set this up. And we're going to just say paper template. Here's why. Temp. Your K factor needs to be 1, and here's why. The system, the software system, is determining it's the inside of this tube. And when you go to flatten the model, and you go to print it out, you're not going to have the right circumference in linear form. So the K factor is the outside of the tube, and it has to be 1, okay? We're going to hit save. Hit close. And then we're going to go into convert to sheet metal, click, and don't forget the sheet metal rule, paper temp, hit enter. And now what we're going to do is go to, where am I at? Create a flat pattern here and click OK. That's fine the way it is. If you don't have a double-sided pipe, you're done here. This is just to coat to one side of the pipe, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the design. From design, we're going to name it 30 mil pipe, 45 degree, and just hit enter. So now in Fusion 360, we're going to say it's going to create that drawing manual, and we're going to go down and hit OK. And once you hit OK, it's going to pop up your sheet drawing. This is pretty much how welders and electricians and plumbers follow their diagrams, right? So as this is loading up, we're going to go ahead and make sure that the scale is a 1-to-1 factor, right? We're going to just place it in here. Hit OK. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the rest of this because we don't need this anymore. And what you're going to do is you're going to print this out. And how do we know that this is going to be the right circumference? Is because you're going to take pi 3.1456 or whatever it is and times it by the diameter, and it should give you that, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so how do we know we got that right circumference? So we're going to just take 3.14 times it by the diameter of the pipe, which is 30, and you're going to come up with 94.2. Now it says 0.25. It just rounds up. The calculator will always round to the nearest number. Normally it should be to the 5. But anyways, that is how you do that. And all you do is have to print that out and cut it out and put it on your pipe. So let's jump in right quick into a double-ended coped pipe. All right, so let's go ahead and open up a new file. Same thing as always, we're going to go in and create a line. Let's say we want, same thing, 200 mils. Hit enter. Degree 0 for that side. Because I hit one too many zeros in there. Control Z. It happens. Line. 200 millimeters. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this here. We're going to say 200. And let's do 45. Alright. So we need in between here and here, right? Let's just say hypothetically, let's turn on construction. Go over, let's say we're going to go over 50 mils in. And this angle here needs to be, let's say 120 degrees, 120. All right. I'm just going to select that right there. Hit finish sketch. And then we'll go into pipe again. We're going to click this one. 30 mil by 1.5 millimeter wall thickness. Great. Turn on the sketch. Same thing. We'll click this one here. To a new body. We'll do this one here. And hit new body as well. Alright, so with this new coped, or with this new pipe formation here, this could be even an A-arm for a truck, or, you know, if you're building a go-kart, or whatever the case may be. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go into split face, and this is the one we want to split. So I want to do outside and inside. Splitting tool will be outside, inside, outside, not that plane, outside and inside, and hit split face. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to bodies, and we're going to turn off the first one. You could also do the second one. We're going to go to push pull, inside, outside, right? Inside, outside. There should be one more. If you don't get it on the first go around, it's fine. We're going to do minus 1.5 millimeters for wall thickness and see what happens. Okay, I don't see any piece that I missed. It looks good to me. Oh, right there, you see that? Let's see what that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off this sketch because we don't need it. And we're going to see why that is. Okay, so that's the piece we missed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into push-pull. Sorry. And minus 1.5. Now that is your perfectly coated pipe. We'll turn that pipe back on so we can look at it. Looks perfect to me. All right, so let's work on this part down here now. So we're going to turn off the second part of the body. Just turn this around just a little bit so we can see what's going on. Outside, 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 inside, and inside, and inside. Minus 1.5. And always double check that you got everything. It looks like I got everything this time. Perfect. That is perfect. All right. So what we're going to do now is turn off this body because we don't need it anymore. And we want to do construction through the axis. Hit OK. Go to surface, and we're going to, I just want to see, I want to split it along this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to rules, select, direction, and the direction will be here, and we're just going to pull it all the way through. We don't need it that wide. All right, so we don't need it that long, but we can drop it down to right about there. Hit, yep, new body. And now we're going to go back to create. Oh, wait. We're going to go to untrim. Select this. Hit OK. Now we're going to go to thicken. Click this. Same thing. We want it symmetric. And we're going to do 0.25. All right. Hit OK. Oh. Sorry, that was wrong. We're going to go to thicken. .25 and cut. That was my fault. All right. So we'll look at it one more time. Right here, see if we can see a cut going through the pipe. You want it small. You don't want it too big because the K factor will play into this here. All right, so you can see that there's a sliver cut. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over and create sheet metal. We're going to make sure our modified pipe template is still there. Okay. Close that. And then we're going to go to convert to sheet metal. Click that. Click your pipe there. Click paper template and hit OK. After that, we go back in. We say, if it's not up here, create a flat pattern. It's going to be in here. So create a flat pattern. Stationary face. And there we go. Now we have a flat pattern. So this is two sides of the pipe, right? So what we're going to do now is go to sketch. You're going to select here. And we're going to draw two lines. All right, and you can separate this either way you want to go. You can say you want this, remember whatever you put in here, that is the distance you're going to wind up being on that cut, okay? So for instance, when we cut this out and we go into the print mode, that distance that you put in will be the distance on the pipe. So let's say I wanted 30. And hit finish sketch. Then we go into split body. So we're going to split body and select the splitting tool. We're going to select that one and this one and hit OK. So theoretically, you can just delete this in the middle, or you can turn it off. So let's say, what happens if we turn it off, right? Well, let's go into our drawing tab to see if we even need it. Go to drawing tab. We're going to say PI pipe. I believe it was 120 degree, and just hit enter. All right. So we're going to say OK. I want to put it together. So let's see. I don't think I can. I don't think I can separate it in here. I'm not too sure. Oh, wait a minute. What we're going to do is probably going to have to leave that the way it was. Give me a second. Don't save. Hopefully I don't delete this one here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this in. So we could do manual. I think we can create drawing new from scratch. Okay, automatic maybe. No. All right, we just take it over and see what happens. You'll probably just have to cut that out. I thought keeping it separated, it would stay in separated, but it won't. So, anyways, we're gonna and it did the same thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. It is there. No worries. Keep it at a 1-to-1 scale. We're going to go over to sheet or document settings. Or is it sheet settings? Sorry. Sheet settings. And just turn off the outside and inside. And then it's already there. That is your 30 mils. So how can we know that this is the right diameter? Once again, we're going to go from here to here. 94.25 millimeters, right? So if we bring up the calculator again and do pi times 30 millimeters, so 3.14 times 30, you're going to come up with this number. So that's how you know. So after that, we're going to, let's say hypothetically, we print this out. You're going to go to print document. For an example, and print it. So after you print it out, you're going to be cutting this side and this side right here. And then you'll just wrap this around the pipe. All right, so after we get done with making sure it's a scale of 1-to-1 in the software here, we're going to head over to the print side. And we're going to say print. But here's the thing. You got to remember something. It's going to say fit to paper, okay? So when you go to your printer and you do all that and you realize that your cutout is not going around the pipe all the way, is because it's not a 1-to-1. It has to be a 1-to-1. And this number right here, this Y and X, for me, it's going to be 0, 0. And even though it's in the middle of the page, it's not going to show like that. So you have to play around with these numbers to get it in the proper settings where you want it. You can also do, like if you want to put more on one sheet, then you're going to have to play around with this a little bit. But anyways, then you're going to hit print. Since I already got that printed out, we're going to go ahead and start the pipe. So as you can see here, I got it printed out, and it is a 8 millimeter gap in the middle, and you need that. For instance, if you're running longer distance in between, you're going to have to understand the gap between the two. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this out right quick. Maybe using like a construction paper in your 3D printer. Construction paper in your laser printer or inkjet printer will probably be a lot better when trying to wrap it around a pipe. And then this was the front part. It doesn't matter which part you put in because it's going to fit up in the end anyway. All right, so we got two pieces here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pipe like this, and we're going to take a marker. And the reason why you need a marker for this, not only to outline, but also to create a straight edge. Actually, you could see this edge right here, probably in camera, I'm not too sure. I'll have to zoom in here. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can on top of that edge. I'm going to just do it like this. Alright, so that's marked out. I don't know if you can see that on camera. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take one of them, doesn't matter which one, and we're going to line up. We're going to, try not to hurt my hand here. We're going to line up the mark we made with the mark that's on a paper, okay? So I'm going to put it down here. I don't have a free hand for this. So I'm just going to mark it so like that. We're going to wrap it around. And when you see that, it's going to meet. Look at that. That is so perfect. Alright. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to close up the gap up here. And I'd probably advise it cut on the outside of the black line, not on the black line. It would fit up way more better. So, like that. And like that. All right. So now you want to mark. Now you want to mark underneath here. And the reason why we do that is because now we need, from that part, we need 8 millimeters. So 8, that's 5, that one, 6, 7, 8. Just double verify. That's 8. So now we take the next one and we put it on the line again at the 8 side. Just like that. Make sure we line up the line. Maybe using an angle liner instead of a ruler would help way much better. But anyways, try to do this backwards now with this hand. Well, let's see if it fucking moved on me. Excuse my language. put that back on the line, back on the 8. Now let's look at it. Close up my pen here. And that's what it's going to look like. That's your coping right there. Now you're ready to create professional grade tube notches for your DIY projects, whether it's a roll cage, custom frame, or furniture. Fusion 360 makes it simple and precise. If you have found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more fabrication and CNC content, and let me know what your comments are on the next project. Don't forget to check out my other videos from Fusion 360 tutorial and my CNC building project that I got coming up. After this hand heals, we're going to be digging right back into it. At the IRB Style Shop, a veteran-owned and operated brand, we're here to inspire and empower your fitness journey. Our gear isn't just about style, it's about a mindset, featuring motivational words like dedicated, confident, conquer in action, and even empowerment, and many more words that are just striped across our brand of clothing. It's designed to remind you of your strength and drive every time you wear it. From durable hoodies and stylish t-shirts to versatile fitness bags and supportive sports bras, we got everything you need to take action and conquer your goals. Check us out today and wear your motivation with pride with a 10% off. And that's right, Iron Beast out, baby. If you guys found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more fabrication and CNC content. And let me know in the comments, what are your next projects?